Jameis is back at practice. Michael Thomas is out. Pete Warner's groin. Is it going to heal? Is it going to explode? Whatever. The Bucs offensive line, they all have the injury pox. Thomas is back from whatever the hell they do on vacation in Poland. Hit that intro.
New Orleans Saints. Y'all Saints Happy Hour podcast? Yeah. No bueno. Not good. Y'all Saints takes. It's just awful. And I think it's because the drinks that y'all be drinking be having y'all a little woozy and y'all be forgetting like what team y'all talking about or something. I don't know what it is, but we gotta figure something out because it's bad. Let's regroup, reassess, and just be better, you know? All love.
All right, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Saints Happy Hour podcast. Woo,
I can't take two of you doing that.
Woo! We are off to a flying
You can't take one of Ralph doing
That's
that.
right.
Yeah.
We're off to a flying start. Thanks for joining us, guys. We are live on Twitch. If you aren't, follow us on Twitch and remember to subscribe to Saints Happy Hour wherever you get your podcast. Smash that like button on Twitch and YouTube. Also, become an annual patron at patreon.com/Saints Happy Hour and get 2 months for free. Thank you to Bud Rich for giving us 100 coins, I think. What's that? Bits. I'm sorry.
Bits. Those are for me. Those are for Dave.
Those are
for Dave.
Dave is all about the bits. Thanks.
Keep drinking, Bud Rich. Keep drinking.
Thanks to Dr. Mamet, KJ All Day 90, Bayou Be Doing for subbing with Twitch Prime. Do you know you can support the show every month, even if you aren't a patron, if you use Amazon Prime? All you have to do is go to twitch.tv/Saints Happy Hour, type in !sub in the chat. It's that easy. Thomas even made step-by-step instructions for you, so go ahead and do it, even if you're listening to the audio-only version of the show. And by the way, you can do it each month. It's not just a one-time thing. Hey, remember, live show, Port Orleans. It's going to be here before you know it, September 16th. For everyone who RSVPs on the sign-up list, in the link in the description, you get a free The Boys Are Back in Town cup featuring Honey Badger, Jarvis Landry, and you can fill it up with beer with your first drink for $3. All the proceeds go to support Team Gleason. We're at 91 RSVPs. Cup, Dave, how many cups did we make? I forget. It's like 100.
We ordered 100. You wanted 120.
Well, you got 120, so you better get on it. If you want to RSVP.
Here's the downside, though.
I mean, 125.
I hope you'll come because the cups are awesome. There might be some pseudo celebrities there. Not really, but you know.
We might.
But the downside is you got to hang out with Dave Cariello. He'll be there. Ralph Malbro. Andrew Juice.
I think we're going to have... We've already got 90 people. Yeah. We've already got 90 people RSVP'd. I think I'm going to be bringing like at least 10 people who...
Well, excuse me.
Don't normally listen to the podcast and who aren't going to RSVP. I think we're going to have over 100 people. Honestly, like...
My dad will be there.
Wait now.
We're going to have story time with Mr. Juge. That's going to be a segment.
I know Andrew...
He's going to have to come up to the podium.
I know. Yes, I know. Andrew was worried about like filling the room and having enough people. I'm worried that we're gonna have too many people there.
I think it's gonna be. I think when you add in our people with the regular Friday night crowd, it's gonna be like busting at the seams.
Yeah, I think people are gonna have to like sit outside and listen to us over the speaker system. You might
want to get there. Fun starts at 7. You might want to get there a little bit early. I know that's tough for people in New Orleans because New Orleans 7 means like 7:45, but you might want to really get there like 6.
Hey, you know, we have a lot of great patrons and a lot of great listeners, but I want to give a quick shout out to the people in the chat tonight so far that have spoken up. Bud Rich, as always, Biloxi Blues, you're one of our dedicated fans and patrons.
Mandy Momo,
Octoberist is always here. Mandy Momo, yep.
She's a new patron, I believe.
Eric always supports our show. So anyway, thank you guys. And Dr. Zeus, all you guys, appreciate all of you.
So what are we drinking tonight? I'm drinking the High Life, as always.
The High Life. He's living that high life. I am drinking Great Rafts Rhinestone Life. It is a take on their wheat ale Rhinestone Life, but this is a grapefruit This is delicious. I love this. Whenever this comes out, I make sure I get this.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm drinking a clear rum that Dave
Yeah.
recommended to me, a white rum. This
Yes.
is Well, I feel like saying the word plantation is not
It's
easy
fine.
anymore, but
Yeah.
plantation 3 stars, and it's really tasty. It's
I
really
might
good.
have some of that too, maybe later.
Thomas, before we get to actual Saints news, I need a 15-second recap of whatever Polish people do on vacation.
Yeah,
Just
I
the
wanted to
15
hear. Good
Yeah.
call, Ralph. I wanted
We
to
drink
hear.
a
Well,
lot of vodka.
my
That's
understanding
it.
from what Ralph told me is that Thomas said, and this is Ralph replaying to me, so it's like a
Jeez.
game of telephone, right?
Jeez, now I'm
But
worried,
he's like,
man.
You go
Yeah.
you go to the mountains and you drink, or you go to the lake. That's what you do.
That's it, right? That's what you told me, Thomas, right?
Yeah.
You got
All
two-
the
That's
sea,
true.
all the sea.
you got,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you go. So you either go to the
Yeah,
lake.
I
the
nailed
sea,
it.
the
No,
mountain.
no,
Is that what you're saying,
That's
Thomas? I
everything. That's
nailed
every
it?
vacation anybody in the world has ever taken. You go to the
Is that
sea.
is that the first game of
mountains.
telephone that actually worked?
No, it didn't. I told him you either go to the mountains or the sea, not the lakes.
Lake, sea, whatever.
the lake,
man.
bro.
Okay.
A sea lake.
Well, now hold on. Let me do my Barbara Walters here. Where did you go specifically?
I went to the mountains.
The mountains.
Where in the mountains did you go? What country were you in? Did you remain
Yeah,
in the country of Poland?
In Poland.
Okay, so
yeah.
you didn't need a passport to leave.
Nope.
So we still don't know whether you're a convict or
He
not.
didn't.
or-
Not- not
meander.
enough- not
he didn't
enough
meander
salamis,
over
man.
to Ukraine. He didn't,
Not
he
enough salamis for going.
Didn't, he didn't venture,
You know,
he didn't
out of
venture
country.
over into Ukraine, huh?
No.
So
but
what town
was
in
close.
Poland did you go to then?
I went to Miedziana Góra.
How far away from where you live is that?
In miles or kilometers?
Miles, please. if you
Hours
could.
drive.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Our
Well, how did you
drive
get
by train is like 5 hour. 5
Did you
hours.
take a
Now,
train
now
there?
that you've told us this, what's your social security number?
No. No, did you take a train to get there or did you drive?
I took a train. Yeah.
Took a
And
train.
it
Oh
took
wow,
5
fancy,
hours. Okay.
fancy pants vacation.
No, I mean, yeah, well, like it's cool because like on the
Trains
train, you drink on the train and like play games. Or whatever?
Yeah.
yeah, you do. Yeah.
I
Oh,
did.
was this Thomas? Was this like a buddies trip? You go with like 5 buddies or what?
A bit more than 5. Yeah. But yeah.
But it was
Wow.
all dudes. It was a
All
a
dudes?
sausage fest.
No,
it was
no,
a
not all
Polish
dudes.
sausage fest. Oh no!
Oh wow. So
And
were
how
you?
many
was-
people
was-
on this
them,
trip?
man. You
There
know.
were
Shut
some
up.
cro-
Well, hold on,
croissants
hold
there.
on. How many people on this trip were Saints fans? Were you
Then,
the only one?
those are long 15 seconds, guys. The longest
I gotta know.
all time.
I gotta
You the
know, and then
only
we
Saints
can-
fan?
No, I don't think any of them know what American football is like. I don't
One
think they
more
can name one team, man.
How many? Of
One
them
more
speak English?
important question, then we'll move it along. When you got on the train, you were probably sober. When you got off the train 5 hours later, were you still sober?
Nope.
There you go. That's the way to do a vacation.
Wait, is it like riding like on a Mardi Gras float? Like when you're on the train, you're drinking, and then you get off the train, and you don't realize how drunk you actually are because now you finally stop moving.
I wasn't drinking on the train, but yeah.
Oh, you were doing something else. Oh, all right.
Oh wow!
Hey.
Wow,
Hey,
I like it.
all
Speaking of doing something,
Hey, you won't get any love updates from me.
Wait, how many? That's not what.
Thomas
That's not what I was.
loved it.
That's not what I was referring to. But how many of your friends that you went on this trip with speak English?
Most of them, I think. Like
Everybody
yeah.
speaks-
Yeah,
everybody
But you-
speaks
when you're
American
together.
in
You
Europe.
speak Polish, right? You don't
Yeah,
speak
we
English.
speak Polish. Yeah.
I'm going to ask you the question that we always ask
One of
Kevin
them
on the
is an
Love
English.
Update,
One
Thomas.
of them is an English teacher.
I promise
so.
we're going to get to the Saints at some point.
Nah.
Thomas,
Will we?
when you're on this trip with these people,
Yeah.
I'm going to ask the
These
question that I
people.
asked Kevin on the Love Update. Do you tell them about the podcast? Are you like, yes, I produce some American football
right.
podcast?
If they
or
ask
do
me,
you not
yeah.
eat?
Yeah.
Right.
No, you know what? Like in Poland where Thomas is, like Thomas uses us and like we're Thomas's entry into like coolness in Poland. Like Thomas is like, yeah, bro, dude, I produce this. Dude, they're so popular. They get like 5,000 downloads. They're doing a live show, 100 people.
Whatever you
Dude,
do,
they
Thomas.
just won best
Yeah.
podcast in the state of Louisiana.
Yeah.
You know how
It's the
huge that
opposite
is,
of
bro?
Kevin. It's
Whatever,
bizarre
whatever
of
you do,
Kevin.
Thomas, just don't show them a picture of Ralph.
That's
As
fair.
long as you don't show
That's
them a
fair.
picture of Ralph, you're
That's
good.
fair.
You're good. It sounds nice, and then they see the picture of me, especially like with my shaved head and the glasses that people always dig up when they want to dunk on me on Twitter. But the Saints, they had actual news. We'll get to the Green Bay game, which feels like it's 100 years ago. We'll get to that in a minute. But Jameis back at practice, which is good, full participant, which was nice. But Andrew, I'm really concerned. I feel like the Pete Werner flying to Philadelphia, getting the mesh, seeing Dr. Myers. I expect that tweet at any moment. It's like the final week when your wife is pregnant. You know, at any moment the water's going to break. I feel like the Pete Werner mesh tweet from Thick Underhill or Duncan or whoever, it's going to drop on us like a 1,000-pound barbell.
I mean, I'm braced for it for sure. I hear that, but I don't know. He was back at practice today, so he's been trying to rehab the injury, and he's given it another go. And obviously, he's feeling good enough to get back to practice today, so that's a good sign. And he's got a couple weeks before the opener, so. Which I will be at, by the way. I will be there in attendance.
That's right.
My dad has tickets for me and my son, so we're going to fly down to Atlanta. We're going to go. So for all you Saints fans out there, if you're going to be at the game, let me know. Maybe I'll get a beer outside the stadium with you before the game. But, so I'm cautiously optimistic with Werner, I would say, at this point. But, yeah, I mean, look, if he has another setback, it probably means surgery. So.
Dave, are you as panicked as me about Werner?
Yeah, it doesn't look good. Doesn't look good at all. No, this is a bad situation. No way that Werner stays healthy.
Is that a fat head of Pete Werner's groin?
It is. I know. It's a fat head of Dr. Myers, actually, is what it is. Because when the Saints, they know that he's like an honorary person on the team. So I got Dr. Myers' fat head.
Yeah. No, there's no way. Yeah, Pete Werner, you won't see Pete Werner until like week 10.
I gotta say, I looked at the injury list this week.
Yeah, it's like reading the Bible. It's like the fucking Bible.
The whole reducing injuries, soft tissue by 50%, like that running joke. Like it's starting to feel a lot less funny.
Yeah.
Tell you what.
It's not working out. It's not working out, Doc.
Whatever Alabama's got going for them in Tuscaloosa.
He didn't bring it with him.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to translate in New Orleans.
I guess the whole thing is Nick Saban. He not only was he a great coach, he knew how to cure soft tissue injuries, and he didn't let that out of the building. We got not some free agent news, but some Saints transaction possibilities. Kenyan Drake, the running back from the Raiders, he's going to get released. I think he got released today. Should the Saints maybe sign him? And then I forgot to tell Thomas to do this B-roll, but I should have. Apparently, the Dolphins are thinking of trading Mike Gesicki because they want their tight end to block in the new offense. And
somehow managed to mispronounce Gesicki.
Gesicki's like Jimmy Graham. He doesn't know how to block.
Don't worry, Andrew. You also don't know how to pronounce Gesicki.
I thought it was Gesicki.
Look at Drake, though. I like Drake. I like
Gesicki, right?
These Drake highlights are strong, Thomas. I like.
I mean, it's a Polish name. That's why I'm laughing.
I didn't realize Kenyan Drake was this good. These highlights have changed my mind.
Why do we need Kenyan Drake when we have Merritt? Like, I thought Merritt was our new running back.
Look,
we have Abram Smith, man. That's only running back we need.
YouTube highlights are the worst thing ever. They can make any receiver look good. They can make anyone look good. Like, you could make Kenny Stills last year look good with like place that he made.
I don't know.
I don't know about that, man.
Just maybe that's too far. But my point is, like, I hate highlight videos because you can just only grab the ones that look good. And
that's a strong
look. I don't know if it's Kenyan Drake or if it's someone else, but Ralph, like what you're getting at, and I think it's a good point, is that like Tony Jones Jr. is probably the number 3 back right now, but he's absolutely battling the backs that get cut from 31 other teams. And if the Saints feel like they find someone on that waiver wire that's maybe a better fit from a scheme standpoint, or maybe they just like their style of running better, then he might be on the chopping block. So I do think the Saints are in the business for linebackers and running backs and tight ends. Yeah.
Dave, do you think the Saints, like, if I said to you they're going to sign a old, decrepit, washed-up dude, or they're going to sign somebody that gets cut from another team at a position, and that person's going to make the team, is it going to be running back, tight end, or another position?
This is to me. Sorry, my internet sucks, and like
Yes,
that whole
it
little
does.
Andrew's whole little thing was like
Your
totally
internet
No
cutting out.
shit.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
Your internet's like
Remember, Dave, you went on this run for about 2 years where you had
I know,
no
I was
internet
the
issues
best.
and you were high and mighty. You
Yeah.
were flexing. You were feeling
Yeah.
good about yourself.
being
And
derogatory toward all of us.
oh, how the turntables.
I may,
Oh, how the
yeah,
chance.
I may have to. I may have to give ATT Fiber a chance. But anyway, but yeah, that question was to me. Which one? Wait, which position? Are
position will
going
they
to
sign?
An old guy. An old guy.
Yeah.
Just an
Yeah.
old vet. Probably running back. I don't know. Just because there's, they're so prone to injury. There's a lot of turnover. How many? I mean, every season.
I mean,
by the end of
I
by
feel
week 14, you're on your like fourth running back.
I
You know what
feel
mean?
like
How weird would it be
You need
if
depth.
some guy,
You
I
need
mean,
depth.
just complete hypothetical here. I'm just shooting in the dark. If they were to sign a guy before the season opener with the initials JG, like how weird would that be?
no, they're gonna make they're this close. I feel at tight end with the injuries and the disappointment. They're close. They're this close to making the call to Jared Cook, you up, with a text at like 2 in the morning.
Andrew wants to sign Junior Gillette.
No. Junior Galette's suing the NFL, by the way, for $300 million. He said they
Yeah.
blackballed him out the league.
Yeah,
And
I'm sure
apparently
he'll see every
Andrew-
cent of that.
Apparently, Andrew wants to sign him again. JG, Junior Gillette. All right.
Maybe that's who I'm talking about.
Jared Cook, JC.
Maybe that's the
That's
former
Jesus
Saint I'm
Christ.
talking about.
Could you talk yourself into Jared Cook, both of you, after
No.
his horrible playoff disaster?
Honestly,
no.
like all joking aside, though, like I would talk myself into any tight end with a pulse right now because Chris
I would take
Herndon
Ben
didn't work
Watson
out.
out
He's
of-
cut.
Out of
Troutman's
retirement.
injured. Taysom Hill's injured.
I'd take.
Annette is kind of sucked. So like Juwan Johnson's probably starting week 1 right now.
I'd take
you
Boo
know?
Williams. I'd take Boo Williams.
Williams.
And I'm not talking about Boo Williams when he was playing. I'm talking about Boo Williams right now. I'll take Boo Williams
Well,
right now.
Ralph is a big
or
Boo
Billy
Williams
Miller.
fan. He's got a fat head on his
I
wall.
got the Boo Williams, and he's got the $15,000 grill, which is nice. Boo Williams was fun. The thing about him is the drop in Cincinnati in 2002. I'll never get over it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's terrible.
I'm sure both of you do.
So that's the other news is, they're trying him at running back a little. And my thing too, Andrew, is I don't think are they going to keep? Is there a wide? Let me put it this way: is there a wide receiver surprise cut or trade? You think between now and the opening of the season?
The closer we get to the season, the more I think maybe they keep the 6 that we thought they were going to keep all along, just because Kevin White getting injured, being put on IR, he was maybe in the mix as a gunner because he was a first team gunner. So I think that makes the path a little bit easier for the other guys. I mean, Dixon and Merritt had their moments, but Merritt has just been moved to running back. So to me at this point, it's really just a question: are they keeping 5 or 6? And if they can justify keeping Callaway because he's a special teams guy, and they can justify keeping Traquan because he's more of a blocker. We know Deontay's more of a returner at this point. Yeah, my gut says they keep 6 and they keep those 6 guys. Is it
disorienting anyone else watching the live stream that Andrew just went full Larry King? Like all he needed was the suspenders.
Oh, that my back was kind of like this.
Yeah. Tacoma. What do you have to say to George Clooney? But the Green Bay game, Dave, I know it was 1,000 years ago. Thomas, start playing them highlights.
seemed about 100 years ago.
The thing is, with the recap of the Green Bay game, the main thing is Penning,
Trevor.
which Saints Twitter, we just raked him over the coals. He looked really good.
Trevor Penning. Maybe Pro Football Focus was right after all, huh? Maybe they know something, huh? Maybe the nerds know a little something.
Freaking start with that, Dave.
I'm just saying, maybe the science bears it out.
Jordan Love is terrible too. I know he's.
What? I thought he looked good. You didn't think he looked good against them? That's what Vilma and I don't know if you see. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't know, Ralph and Andrew. I don't know if you get the benefit of getting the local.
I didn't. I got the Green Bay preseason.
So us in New Orleans, we get Vilma and Stinchcomb along as color guys, along with
Joel Myers, right?
Yeah, Joel Myers. I'm Joel Myers. Yes, he's got a very deep voice, and he just kind of talks like this, and he's very monotone. But Vilma and Stinchcomb were gushing about how great Jordan Love looked in that game. So
I don't know about that.
And they're players, so they would know.
Well, maybe.
Well, Stinchcomb especially.
Yeah.
I've always been a big fan of Stinchcomb calling games. I think he's really good at it, and I'm surprised he hasn't progressed at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I know when we get the Fox F team for Saints Falcons week 1, we'll wish Stinchcomb was on the game.
This is Andrew's boot Jolokia hot takes. John Stinchcomb is the better offensive lineman in booth announcer than Zach Strief. Yeah, Juge said that.
No, I didn't say that.
Yes, he did.
Zach. I did not say that.
Come on, Dave. We gotta be nice to Zach at least until we finish
Zach
the live
listens
show.
to this show. You can't be putting shit out there like that, Dave.
No, he does. Zach listens. He does listen. We love you. We love you, Zach.
I know that. That's why I said that. It's a joke.
Here's the thing. That was
everyone has a hard time listening to Dave.
Shut up.
Thank you, Thomas. People. I don't know why when I go on these radio hits or a TV spot on Channel 4, which people are obsessed about Ian Book. Like, Ian Book is the third. He's not going to play if Andrew
with him in a good way, like they like him.
No, they're just like obsessed with how he plays and is it good enough? Is he going to make the team? Like irrelevant.
He's not good enough.
He's irrelevant. And if the Saints play a third quarterback, it's going to be Taysom. It's going to be Taysom.
Right. No, Ian Book is bad. Stop
very bad. BSing the people in this country.
What if by the time they need to play their third string quarterback, though, Taysom's already hurt? Because that is a very real scenario. I hate to break it to you, Ralph.
What's
we
Mark
want you to
Brunell
come.
doing?
We'll have a rule for you.
I've seen Mark Brunell on Hard Knocks coaching the Lions. Maybe we can get him. It's got to be better. Got to be better than Ian Book.
Oh man!
Look at Andrew. Andrew's texting Strief right now. He's like, hey, "Look, I know this.
I'm sorry. It wasn't me.
I fucking promise you, that's what he's
doing. It wasn't me. I swear to God.
That's what he's doing. Right? Don't be such a pussy.
What about today? Is today the worst day of your life?
Yeah.
We did have some
texting. Who are you texting? No, we're not moving on until we find out who Andrew is texting.
Mind your own business. No comment.
I think that's good. It's great that we know that like when Andrew says Zach really listens to the podcast, like Zach probably has it like marked as a favorite, and he's like driving across the causeway into the facility. He's firing up the podcast in like 10.
Training
10
camp's over. This was the last practice today. Those guys are kind of bored. I'm just saying.
They're kind of bored.
Yeah, he's texting right now. Hey Zach, I just want to let you know if you listen to the next podcast, look, Dave was just joking. I never said any of that. Okay, I promise.
Give Zach.
How do you know he's not listening live, Dave?
That's right. Andrew, give Zach my number and tell him he can just insult me and do as many cripple jokes as he wants.
He can call the hotline.
Just so you know, Ralph, there is a lot of disappointment in the Saints building that you got Lewis Kidd as your UDFA son. They are not happy about that. And they know that you snake that from me.
That's
you
going to
use
be
information that I
funny.
leaked to you against
if
me.
I win, it will be a top 5 accomplishment of my life, because what is more American than stealing something that's not yours and profiting from it? Like it'll actually, Andrew, me winning this year with Lewis Kidd, it's more enjoyable to me than if I had actually done the work myself. Stealing it from you makes it sweeter. I'm not going to lie. Like, it really does.
That makes me think of the World Cup
pirate.
team. Do you remember that American World Cup team where, like, all the dudes? It was when Jurgen Klinsmann was the coach, and he was getting all these expat German guys, and they all had really strong German accents. And I was like, how am I supposed to take this seriously? Like, none of these guys can really speak English. Yeah. They sound like that, like super strong German accents. And then one of my buddies, he looks at me and he goes, dude, you know why those guys have American passports, right? It's because Marines went over to Germany and they impregnated some girl over there. And then now those kids are American. And he's like, what's more American than going overseas and having a child over there? And so, like, those guys should play for our national team. And I was like, all right, fair point.
That's right.
Fair point.
Nothing's more American than stealing stuff and claiming it as ours.
Yeah.
We started early. That's right. We started early. It's as American as apple pie. The most fun of this game was the special teams, Andrew. Will Lutz, 59-yard kick. Gillikin, 81-yard punt. And my favorite part of it was, before the kick, Dennis Allen screaming at the ref to make sure he gets the timeout so Lutz can have the win, and the thing was good from like 70.
You know, in week 2/3 of preseason, we're finally starting to see some Sean Payton
That's
moments.
right. Look at the time.
Look at that. I called timeout. That's bullshit. Look at him. Look at the look too. Look at he's looking through the referee's soul with his eyes. Like, if you're listening to this podcast right now and you're not watching this video,
you're missing it.
The screenshot of Dennis Allen and the look he gives there, it is full Sean Payton.
Man, Thomas gets back from vacation and gives us art. That is tremendous, Thomas.
So anyway, and now with injuries, you know, he's been very upfront and honest about, you know, what's going on with the injuries. And I've noticed this week, Ralph, he's like, okay, guys, look, I'm not telling you who's playing. I'm not going to tell you who's playing this week. Like, you're not going to find out. You know, we'll see on game day. So, like, he's starting to be a little more Payton.
He knows.
He's
knows that
ramping up the Sean Payton mode.
Yeah, he knows. He knows. Giving the media even a sliver of daylight on injuries, Dave, was a bad idea. Like, you need to keep that door shut, bar.
You're not going to rum, huh? Sticking with beer, Dave?
I think rum would be a bad choice for me tonight. I think that would be.
Is that because you love your wife?
I don't think that would be advised. You got to play everything close to the vest. You know,
he wouldn't even tell Bobby Hebert today. Bobby Hebert asked him like twice.
You know,
speaking of drinking rum,
we're getting close to the season now. This is it. This is any advantage you can get. It's a chess match. It's the chess match.
But getting back to your comments about special teams real quick. My God, first of all, the punt by Gillikin, 81 yards.
I didn't know that was possible. What's the record for longest punt?
Well, the longest punt in Saints history is 81 yards. Now, this officially doesn't count because preseason stats don't count.
They found the guy who punted the 81-yard punt, and were interviewing him on the news.
It was Tom Blanchard, right?
That's right. They found him.
I never even heard of him. But it was like in the 70s. Was it in the 70s, Ralph?
Yeah.
But, Gillikin murders this punt in like 81 yards. Ridiculous. And then I know there was wind and it helped, but like Will Lutz's kick would have been good from 67 yards.
He ended up 48 of 50 in camp.
I mean, yeah. So and
Wow,
I
really?
was talking to Nick Underhill about this. Nick told me he's just like, it's unbelievable how great Lutz has been this camp. And that's really great to see. Like he's back to himself, as good as ever. And they interviewed Lutz this week, and he said, this camp felt like my best of my career.
Yeah.
And coming off an injury like that, that's a big deal. For
And
an
listen,
And Gillikin's
for an athlete.
Gillikin's punt went into the end zone. That was a touchback.
it was.
Yeah.
It was a touchdown.
So like,
So
if he could've just
Net's
if he-
only 61.
Yeah, right. I know, but if he could have just gotten it to kind of just stop before the goal line, the net would have been like,
Right.
it would have been
Well,
81 on the dot. It would have
who's-
been more than that.
Who's the offensive lineman that always had penalties? Is there a
Which one?
I don't know. Is there a Saints offensive lineman
Zach
notorious
Strief?
for penalties?
No.
Wait, Andrew's got to send another
All right,
text.
I gotta send another text here. Here we go.
Do you have the Thomas? Do you have the play in the archives?
It wasn't me. I swear it wasn't me.
Do you have the
He lives in
Halloween?
Poland. There's nothing I can do about it.
Thomas,
I don't even know his last name.
Do you have the Zach Strief dropping the touchdown against the Steelers on Halloween? Do you have that in the archives?
We should.
Man.
Yeah, I do. I
We
sure do.
Oh, we should open every show with that. Oh my god, that was. I mean, like seriously, I whatever. I have to think that every time Sean Payton sees Zach Strief, probably the first thing Sean Payton says is, "Hey, remember when we set up a pass to you for 4 years as you being eligible, and then we finally fucking threw it to you and you dropped it? Remember that, Zach? Oh, hey, how you doing? How are the kids?
You know what? That's pretty much exactly.
We're going to be
how that
doing the
comes
live
out.
show
Yeah.
behind
It's
the
gotta be.
dumpster.
They're gonna put us in that small room that they had. That little.
But we'll get to Sean Payton. He's part of the hot take of the week. We'll get to Benjamin Button in a little bit. I gotta say, the UDFA Sun draft, Andrew. Of course, I'm in the lead now. Kevin, who's not here, his son Lucas Kroll caught a touchdown. It didn't count. I feel like it should count. I felt like the
he
offensive.
didn't catch a touchdown.
No, the offensive PI penalty was BS. Like,
Is this it?
So basically,
feel
what
like-
you're saying, Ralph, is that it counted even less than the
It count. Look,
81-yard punt.
dude, wait! You just did a fathead of Zach Strief on the screen, dropping the touchdown pass.
I mean, it's a pretty embarrassing.
It's on the
photo.
screen and it's on my wall.
I mean, when you know,
We love you, Zach.
we do need to get a fat head of that.
That is amazing. That
I'll
might
have
be.
three made. I'll give one to Zach, and
See,
actually,
that
I'll
might
have
be-
three made. I'll give one to Peyton.
Ralph, we need to pay hundreds to have that fat head on your wall. I'm
Wait,
not.
that
kidding.
might
That's
be
not a
Thomas.
joke.
Thomas, that might be better than your Smoke Monday.
Honestly, that would be a
homage.
sick shirt. Actually,
Yeah,
do I
that
need?
would
Do I
be.
need? Do I need Street
Our
permission to
shirt,
print
Ralph.
that?
That's our next shirt. That's it. That is it.
That would be
That
a
is
sick
it.
freaking shirt.
It is.
With
But
like
this-
eligible on there. You gotta put the word eligible on the back or something.
But
God.
Dave, I said this in my channel.
Can you
4
get this ready in time for our live show?
Yeah, actually, I was gonna text you guys today and ask you if you had any, if you wanted any like special, like if you want to wear a special shirt, I'll have it made.
This is it. Eligible with that. That's what I want.
You're
Eligible
right.
with
Thomas,
that.
send
That's
me
what
that. Send me that PNG.
There's a 50-50 shot Zach is going to be there. I won't tell him about it. And if he shows up and sees that, I mean,
Oh
my
my God.
God, that'd be so funny.
He'd
Well,
be
he,
so
he
mad.
might pick me up and like suplex me into a table.
I
Which
was
is
gonna
exactly
wear.
why
Worry
we should
About
do
Your-
it.
That's a
I
good.
was
That's
gonna
right.
wear a worry about your meat shirt, but you guys, I'll make one for you.
I
I'll make
think
the
this
taco
takes the
eligible.
cake.
It is
Put it on socks.
Dave. I said this in my Channel 4 column after the Green Bay game, and I said I'm not even doing a recap column after the third preseason game. I'm done with it. This preseason has been interminable and awful. Like that the game, I could barely get through it. It was so dull.
The preseason? What?
Yeah,
It's not,
like this-
because it's not enough action. There's not enough.
It's just like
This-
I don't
this
know.
is
They
the
didn't
worst-
go to the
this
They
is
didn't
the
go to
worst
a water
preseason.
park. They didn't go to a water park.
This is the worst
Uh,
preseason in Saints history.
No,
I-
that's no.
I think
2,000 is the worst preseason in
I
Saints
think
history.
is this not good? Like, is that not what like you want? It's just the same thing as like in the off season, like no news is good news. You don't want to make news. Like you don't want too much excitement in the preseason. It's like, this is like
That's
the
a good
drummer, the
point.
drummer. Like you don't want to have to notice the drummer in a band. So you don't want to have to notice the preseason.
It's just interesting to me that teams have doubled down on like, we're not risking
Anything.
Yeah, and like, why didn't they think of this 20 years ago?
I think two things sped it up, Andrew.
Like
I think COVID, and I think I'll give credit to the Rams, Sean McVay. Like he started even before COVID. He's been that the whole time he's been with the Rams. He's like, we ain't playing nobody. I don't care. And I think you combine those two things, teams copy winning programs. But I think COVID too, where they didn't have games at all, I think that sort of allowed coaches to be like, we don't need to play anybody. And I don't think there's not going to be anything to me that's going to change the trend. If anything, the trend is just going to get worse and worse until they don't play anybody. And the NFL is like, the thing is, I would say they would get rid of preseason games, but the thing is, one, they make a ridiculous amount of money because some people might not know this. Players don't get paid during training camp. Like they don't. Right. They start getting paid week one. They get like $200 a week or something ridiculous. So the teams make a ridiculous amount of money, and as much as we say we hate preseason, we watch the games. NBC, ESPN, their ratings are through the roof. So like,
I'm really starting to second guess that.
What?
Ralph, I have a couple quick stories I want to share. The first is that I have a buddy that lives in New Orleans that texted me that Daniel Sorensen just bought a house.
Was that a wise choice?
In his neighborhood. And I won't disclose the cost. I'm sure if you look on Zillow or whatever, I'm sure you could find out. I'm sure it's public record. But he texted me and he's like, dude, is this a good idea?
Is it?
And I'm like, yeah, I don't know if he's making the team. Like, and he's like, he just moved in this week and it's not a cheap house. He's like, and so anyway, Daniel Sorensen bought that. So either he got some assurances or that he's going to be selling it pretty quick. So that was kind of funny.
You think he went into to Dennis Allen's office and is like, look, man, I'm about to close on a house. I got a good APR. Yeah. Like, should I close this deal?
Daniel Sorensen clearly thinks he's confident he's making the team.
He does look like a realtor. He really does.
And here's my other story. So, are you guys familiar with Chris Long?
Oh, here we go.
Your Charlottesville neighbor.
Yeah. So, my buddy, who I play softball on Tuesday nights, and he's telling me, yeah, Chris Long's going to play with us this fall. And I'm like, no, he's not. I mean, come on. And so there, on the roster, he's got Chris Long. And so I'm assuming that it's a Chris Long guy, that his name is Chris Long, and it's not the Chris Long. But I show up, and sure enough, the Chris Long is in the dugout. So I played softball with him last night. And it was kind of hilarious because, his first at bat, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. I don't know if
is he good? Is he a good softball player?
I don't know if he'll get mad at me for just talking about this, but so his first at bat, he hits it. He's freaking enormous. He's like a oak tree. And his first at bat, he hits it high. It's a pop out to short, but it's like 7 miles high. So you see, like, after his first at bat, you're like, okay, like if he connects with one, it's going to be ugly. And so then we put him in the outfield, and I think he drops his first pop fly, like a can of corn, he drops it. So like he looks uncomfortable out there, but like he drops it, and then he immediately picks it up and throws it. And like the only way I can describe it is it's like what's the Japanese character, the green monster? I'm blanking on it. Godzilla. It's like Godzilla throwing a car. It's like Godzilla throwing a car. Like it's just his arm shape. Like it's not even that his technique is good, but he's so big and he's so strong. I have never seen someone throw a softball like this. It's unbelievable how freaking far he throws it. And like he goes from, this was on a deep field, a big field, and he throws it from the warning track to home plate, and it's like one bounce. It's unbelievable. and so like it was funny to play with a guy that like hasn't played softball, baseball since like T-ball or whatever. He hadn't played in years, in a really long time, in decades. But he's an NFL athlete, and he's trying to assimilate, with the softball team, and just like the raw physical skills of an NFL player.
I need you to pump him for NFL information, and I need you to pump him to be on the podcast.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna get him on the podcast, hopefully.
That's right.
But yeah, by the end, he connected with a couple softballs and he murdered them. Let's just say that I've been playing softball for 17 years, and in 17 years I've never hit the ball as far as he did after like 4 at-bats.
Well, you weigh 140 pounds.
True. That is true.
Jesus.
So, yeah, it's time for the hot take of the week. The hot take of the week is always sponsored by JLD Hot Sauces and We're sad that Jerry isn't going to be.
Dave, are you texting Chris right now? Stop texting him.
Yeah, we're sad.
Tell him we're talking about him.
We're sad that Jerry's not going to be able to make it to the live show. He has a prior commitment.
What?
Oh, really?
Yeah, he does.
I thought he was coming.
He was coming, but
his knives.
He was going to set up the knives and hand out hot sauce samples, but he can't make it. It's prior commitment.
Are you giving your hot take right now, Ralph?
Yes, but if you want award-winning hot sauces like Boot Jalokia,
no, you got it right.
Or Reaper Madness Special Reserve, go to www.jldsharpsauce.com. They have incredible jellies such as palm and pepper. They also have an incredible selection of handmade knives for cooking, hunting, and outdoor needs. Go check out the Zombie Killer Quartering Cleaver and tell me it's not the best damn quartering cleaver you ever saw in your life. Jerry is a tremendous supporter of Saints Happy Hour, so we are asking you to support the people who support us. Go to www.jldsharpsauce.com to get the best hot sauces and knives at the best prices anywhere. Use promo code Saints Happy Hour. You get 10% off. That's www.jldsharpsauce.com. Use code Saints Happy Hour and get 10% off. This week's hot take, Dave. Sean Payton is Benjamin Button. The dude was on the Thursday night Fox game, Ravens Cardinals, and he has literally aged backwards like 15 years.
Why was he on that game?
Because he's working for Fox. He does he works for Fox now, Fox pregame. He's like the substitute teacher. Look at him on the left. If you're on the live stream, if you're not on the live stream, you're missing out. He looks like he's a dead man walking.
I like it. I like the shoes. I like the white shoes, no socks, the no-show socks. I like that. That makes you
on the right. He looks like Sean Payton at the introductory press conference.
Yeah, no, he looks
in
good.
2006.
He gets all his fashion tips from Connor.
Look, I'm sure he's getting Botox and fillers and that kind of stuff. I know he works out. He does CrossFit.
I don't know that he's working out, but he
works out. No, he's working out.
He's definitely looking tremendous.
He doesn't have to deal with the stress. I mean, like, you have no idea when you're a fucking head coach of an NFL team. You're getting like 5 hours of sleep every goddamn day. You're stressing out about all this kind of crap.
You're sleeping at the facility.
Yep. Yeah, that's half the battle right there. The fact that he's not a head coach.
I wonder if he's not a head coach
battle.
anymore. Does he sleep in? Like instead of getting up at like 4:50, is he sleeping in, getting up at like 8:45?
I think. Look, no, Sean.
I bet he still gets the workout in.
Once upon a time, he was a professional athlete, and I think the biggest difference is that he spends an hour working out every day.
Sure. Oh yeah, absolutely. He definitely maintains an active lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, once an athlete, always an athlete. If you play college football, and then move on to coaching at the NFL ranks, I think you're absolutely.
Here's the thing, though. I
working out is a part of your daily routine.
Andrew, when I saw him, I originally thought, "Oh, he looks great. Maybe he's really not going to come back to coaching." But then I thought,
it looks like he's like gone to gray though. Like he's embracing the gray, right? I like that. I think that's fine. He looks good.
Well, he's been gray for years. He just
Yeah, but I don't know if he was embracing it. I think he was fighting it. I think he was dying for a little bit.
Yeah. No, for sure.
In the most recent picture, I don't know if we can get a close up, Thomas, but it looks like he's kind of let the gray come in a little bit, which he looks good gray. He looks fine gray.
Yeah. I was thinking he looks so good that he'd never go back to coaching. But then
unblock me, Sean. Sean, if you're listening, unblock me. Come on.
But Andrew, I watched him Thursday, and he had the most milquetoast, boring takes I've ever heard in my life. He is 100% coaching in 2023. Like, he had a chance to say something interesting about Kyler Murray, a chance to say something interesting about Lamar. He did none of it. That dude is totally coaching in 2023.
No, that's a good point. That's a good point, Ralph. Because if you burn bridges if you want to be all in as an announcer, right? You put stuff out there that is going to generate clicks, and you kind of toe the line, and you're neutral on things if you're planning to get back into coaching. I think he's probably thinking like Cliff Kingsbury is on a short list of guys that might get fired.
Yeah.
Seriously. And he's like, I might be
coaching Kyler's
coach next year. Yeah.
I can't be doing
obviously what Andrew says is 100% accurate, but I mean, like, also being a play-by-play guy or even a color guy, and I say even a color guy because I feel like being a color guy is a little bit easier than being a play-by-play guy.
Talking about you, Zach. Yep.
But either start texting Andrew. Get ready. But no, I'm kidding. But no, I mean, like, it's people think it's easy. I feel like 80% of men who watch NFL football, and 80% of men who watch NFL football think that they could call an NFL game.
No, they don't really believe that.
Here's my question,
and it's just not that easy. It really is not that easy. Even if you have an entire lifetime spent in the game of football and professional football, as
none of them do.
Sean Payton. No, but I'm saying like Sean Payton, Drew Brees, even guys like that who have spent their entire life in football, it doesn't translate over to being in the booth.
Like Joe Montana. Joe Montana was great, Hall of Fame, arguably a top 5 quarterback of all time. He was terrible in the booth. Bill Walsh, his coach, was terrible in the booth.
In the same way that Sean Payton was not a great football player, but he's a great coach. Here's my different skill sets. They are different skill sets.
Here's my question, Andrew, and this is a great job by Thomas. If you're not watching on the live stream, you should join us or check it out later. The picture of Sean Payton on the left, I'm 100% convinced somebody is asking him an injury question. And he's giving him the "I'm going to murder you" stare.
And I'm even more certain that Cat Terrell is the person asking.
Yes, it's absolutely. That's the Cat Terrell death stare. I've seen that before. I know that.
Yes. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Shreveport
Next question.
Gooner in the chat is asking about fantasy advice. I don't know if you're talking specifically about the Saints or just in general NFL. I will say this. I think running backs,
whatever I do the opposite.
Yeah, well, running backs are less safe than they've ever been. So I think top receivers are at a premium this year, and unless you get like the top 2 or 3 running backs, obviously Jonathan Taylor should still be number 1 on your board. But if you kind of lose out on those top running backs, and I'm talking top 2 or 3, you kind of need to go receiver. And there's probably like 6 to 8 receivers that I would pick before like the 4th running back. And honestly, like the Christian McCaffreys of the world, you're just dumb. You're just dumb if you're taking I mean, sure, I would take him in the 5th round value wise.
Right.
But any earlier than that, terrible pick.
It's a hard question because
he will be injured.
It's a hard question, Andrew, fantasy, because we're a Saints podcast. We're jaded towards the Saints. But in fantasy, would you be comfortable with Michael Thomas as your second receiver? And you just said running backs are harder to deal with. It's harder to find them. So if you go receiver, would you be comfortable taking Michael Thomas in the 8th round?
When you say second receiver, you mean you mean the second receiver on your team or
on your team
receiver in the 2nd round?
No, like if you have a team, would you be comfortable
100%.
Maybe
Right.
you
Like you have
draft
Cooper
Michael.
Kupp and Michael Thomas.
100%. Yeah. Absolutely. I would take him there. Yeah.
Right. Me too.
I think when I look at the Saints, I still think Kamara's a good pick. I just don't think Kamara. The days of Kamara catching 80 passes has come and gone. And hopefully he doesn't get suspended. Like that's looking better. But he'll find the end zone. He's going to put up nice stats. So I still think Kamara's a good pick. But you just be prepared. Like he's not an 80 catch guy anymore. And I would take Michael Thomas absolutely later. I think Jameis would be a good pick. I mean, you got to look at his arsenal and just the guys that he has at his disposal, and I think he'll put up nice stats.
I think
Will Lutz is a great pick.
I think Jameis. If you're a person where you're like, look, I'm not gonna pick one of the top 6 quarterbacks or 7 quarterbacks, however many are in the first tier. If you want to wait and roll the dice and be like, I'm going to take Jameis and another dude, and I'm going to try to like flip each week. It's going to be a decision on my quarterback. I'm kind of going to stream my quarterback. Like, I think it's very risky, but if you're in a deeper league, like rolling the dice on Jameis, I could see Jameis having a really nice year, and maybe he's not
a lot worse. He's gonna statistically, I think he's gonna be more prolific than last year. So I think he's a good pick. I would stay away from Olave.
Okay, so this is my question, Chris Olave. Where? 2 answers. Where are Saints fans drafting him?
$35
average draft position, and then where is the rest of the country drafting?
The rest of the country's free agent or like
really not even drafted.
Not even drafted.
Right.
For the Saints draft, I will spend $35 to $40 on him.
Okay, well that's Ralph. Now, Andrew, what do you think about the normal population?
Well, I will say this. So, and I know why Shreveport Gooner, who's a good friend of mine, I know why he's setting me up for this. It's because I told him last year he drafted 2 running backs. Those 2 running backs were Jonathan Taylor and Austin Eckler.
Jesus, did he win his league going away?
Probably, but he drafted them, I think, in the first and second round. His first 2 picks, and I was like, dude, what the fuck's wrong with you? I told him that. I was like, that's terrible. That is terrible fantasy play. And then obviously he took a victory lap.
That is fucking stupid. Wake up.
I got some texts on the other side of that, deservingly so. And maybe we should all be taking fantasy advice from him. So why don't you go in the chat, tough guy? And you tell me what I should be doing this year.
I'm terrible at fantasy. I'm just awful at it.
You think so?
I'm awful at fantasy. And last year I had the worst gambling year that I've had in like a decade. And my system of betting 10-point underdogs, betting every one during the year, that had won me money.
Work out so well. Huh?
No, that had won me money, Dave, for 6 consecutive years.
Yeah, not last year.
Not last year. I got crushed gambling. It was a horrible gambling.
What about Tulane? You got a future on Tulane? 9 wins, right? 9 wins.
Tulane, if they don't win 9 games, they should run roughshod through that conference. They look so good against Oklahoma. What do you want me to say?
I know.
I don't know the American
Speaking
Conference
of times
football.
in Dave's life where he was high and mighty.
Mostly high.
All right. So, Thomas, we got to get to questions. Give us the music so I can get the finger guns.
Bang, 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 bang.
By the way, anybody that's listening to this show, the live stream, that's coming to the live show, if you dress up in the short shorts, the white short shorts and the white t-shirt, if you dress up like that and come to the live show, I'll make sure to have a prize for you. I guarantee it. Like if you dress up like Morton Anderson and Brian Hansen from their hit single in the 80s, I'll have a.
By the way, my buddy Samir, he's coming.
My buddy.
He's coming with me to the LSU game against Mississippi State on Saturday. He's coming with me to the Saints game against the Bucks on Sunday.
What a lucky guy.
Probably not coming to our live show on Friday.
Wait,
even
what?
though he's a patron.
Is he the one that loves the breaking news siren more
right
than
now.
me?
Give him some shit.
Wait,
He's the one that loves the breaking news siren more than me, right?
Yeah, he likes the breaking news siren. Like, well, I don't know, Samir. If you play the breaking news siren like 100 times, I don't know. Does that do something for you?
What's the reasoning? What's the reasoning for being in New Orleans with you and going to both of the live football events that you are going to, but not going to the live radio?
You know what it is, Dave? I'm going to tell you right now what it is.
He's an asshole.
He wants to go to the Cat's Meow or some shit. With his buddies.
Do karaoke and seduce.
What kind of friend are you for even allowing him to like even entertain this thought?
He wants to seduce some tourist from Youngstown, Ohio, at the Cat's Meow.
Yeah, no. You know what? F Andrew. Andrew is the loser. Oh, by the way, since Kevin's not here, and he probably won't even listen to this, like, should I? Are we doing a?
Oh yeah.
You gotta get all right.
I got. The thing is though, I gotta get. Our sound guy, Andrew from Sports Drink, he's going to Port Orleans this week. He's going to run the sound check. I want to make sure that we can have full sound effect capabilities because the thing is, we don't have producer extraordinaire Thomas running the show. It's back to the old days of me. So,
Thomas,
and listen,
are you taking a vacation to the mountains now?
If you're listening to the show and you live in New Orleans and you know a violin player.
DMs are open.
A live violin player for like 30 seconds would be nice. I'm just
Twitter DMs are open. I'm just saying. So, Thomas, hit us up. What's the questions?
Okay, first question from Davey DTD, and he asks
Delta.
Which is the worst fan base, the Ian Book defenders or the Trevor Penning haters?
Oh my God, the Ian Book defenders, because they have no hill to stand on. Like what are you defending? What's your evidence? What is your
There's no evidence. They just say we're too mean. They're just saying we're too mean and too bullying to Ian Book.
Look,
that's what I was told.
I saw the Discord. I saw Andrew's dad. He wanted everybody to use positive. He was positive vibes only for Mr. Steven. He said he's already heard all of the gerunds, adjectives, pronouns. I asked about past participles. He didn't mention that.
He looks like a star of the day for the Saints.
But he wanted everybody to say nice things about Ian Book. And I don't have anything nice to say about Ian Book, but I don't have anything bad. I'm just like, it's not good. It's just not good. Like it's not happening. Like Trevor Penning,
good, Bob.
Yeah, Trevor Penning. Why don't you like him? You don't like him because he starts fights in practice. You don't like him because like there was like one play during a preseason game that the announcers like caught and pointed out. Like, okay,
I think the Trevor Penning haters are worse because the Trevor Penning haters, they are super loud because they want to be out front that Trevor Penning is a bust.
The same logic applies. What's the evidence that Trevor Penning is bad? PFF rated them
nothing.
So then you know what?
I think Trevor Penning being bad helps the nerd agenda.
It does because he's the extra piece.
Why? He got a high rating for PFF.
Well, no, but if he's bad,
I'm saying if he's bad, it helps the nerd agenda.
It hurts because they can say you traded the 2023 first and you drafted Penning and he's a bust. Your trade up philosophy, Mickey Loomis, it doesn't work. You're a failure. Like that's part of it. But I think a lot of people they didn't like the pick.
Honestly, now I'm annoyed by both of them. Honestly, the answer is both of them. I hate all of you now.
The Ian Book thing is interesting because it's there hasn't like people have told us, Ralph, to take it easy on Ian Book. Like, hey, chill out. Like, don't be so mean. Quit being bullies. Right?
Your dad.
We've gotten a little bit of that, but Do you remember when Jimmer Fredette played for the Pelicans? Or
Try
like
hard
when
Jimmer.
Dan Dickow played for the Pelicans, and like
Jimmer is like a legend in China, by the way.
Dan
Right,
Dickow?
and
I
so you
love
know.
Dan Dickow.
right. But if you said anything bad about those guys, like people went nuts. Like
Nuts.
they
Well, his
would,
last name was Dickow.
right, and so
You're
but
an
no
asshole.
One's,
If
no
you have
one's
anything
doing
bad
that
to say
with
about a guy whose
no
last name
one's
is
doing that
Dickow.
with no one's doing that with Book. No one's like balls to the wall. Like I'm defending him against all reason and sanity. So that's been interesting. Everyone's like, hey, I know he sucks, but just chill out.
Don't be
a little
mean.
bit.
Don't be mean.
Yeah.
They flip it around on us and
I
tell
don't
us.
know.
Right.
Again,
And the thing is with him, but like he's not going to play like Taysom's the third quarterback. Like,
Yeah.
like it doesn't matter.
it's not official.
Now
but-
there
but-
are
but-
still some Taysom
official.
truthers. That's a thing, by the way.
Well, that's
We don't talk about this much because we like Taysom but like
look, Andrew. I only have so much hate to go around. You can't keep adding to the fire here.
There's
like
a
Jesus
small
Christ, come on.
segment of the population, and when I say population, I mean Saints Twitter, fans.
Right.
that
Where's that meme
are,
that we came up with today? That was
was
brilliant.
That
by
are
the way.
Taysom Hill truthers that still believe he can be the starting quarterback and it is the best option.
That's fucking ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
My God.
I'm just saying.
I
they're
got
out
in
there.
they had some guy, he was DMing
My
me,
God.
and he was explaining to me about the first half against Atlanta. And I was like, dude, Atlanta's defense is the worst in the NFL. Almost any quarterback that had a pulse would have looked good against Atlanta.
None of that matters. Like, what
No.
more do you want? Like, the coaching staff has said, dude, you're not playing quarterback anymore.
Poor Taysom.
What
I
do you
worry about
want?
Taysom because he can't. I worry that he's not going to be able to stay healthy at tight end. Like, he lasted a day. He
Right.
injured his rib.
No,
he
he's
literally got hurt the first day.
He's not going to be able to.
All right.
Without
Next question.
pads. Without pads,
That's right.
Ralph.
Without pads.
No.
Yeah.
Dislocated a rib
Who-
or
who did I
dislodged
say?
a rib.
Him and whoever else I said are going to be back week 10. Who did I say earlier?
Pete Werner.
Yeah, there you go. Week 10.
Next question.
Both of them.
You were probably talking about Peyton Davenport.
I'm talking about pretty much half the fucking team. Jesus
You were either talking about Peyton Davenport or Marcus Turner.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of those two.
Them
guys.
too. Them also. Fucking
We weten dat is
teams.
slim. Okay, next
This is-
question
I
from...
feel like we're on a
Jesus.
collision. This is. I'm sorry for interrupting, but this is important. I
No,
feel like
you're
we're on a.
not. No, you're
I-
fucking not.
I feel like we're on a collision course. This is going to be like. Shut up! I can't remember. I can't remember what season it was. It might have been multiple seasons, but like this is going to be one of those seasons where like we have the talent, but it's going to be injury. It's like injuries are going to
No, that
fucking
was last year, Dave.
derail.
Jesus.
No. This is it.
God.
Fucking it.
That is fucking stupid.
Fucking injuries.
Wake up.
man.
Man,
What's Thomas? He just would have known.
Dave is on the full
Jesus
Ralph
Christ.
Doom train.
Jesus.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Cariello panic meters.
Oh yeah.
He
Selling
turned
all
it
my
into-
tickets.
He turned it to 10 and broke off the knob. Thomas, what you got for us?
Okay, your boy Alan asks if the Tom Brady rumors are true and he's filming The Masked Singer. What
They're not
costume does he deserve?
Ooh,
Wrong
Yeah.
answers only.
I mean,
I don't think this is true. This seems a little
Some
silly,
clown.
but
I want it to be true.
I want it to be true.
I like
too.
that, Thomas. The clown, Pennywise.
I think,
Hmm.
maybe like
Some crybaby.
King Cake Baby.
King Cake Baby.
No, that's too New Orleans.
That's too New Orleans.
Well, he's a Buccaneer, so maybe a pirate.
Yeah.
Chucky.
Oh, yeah.
That would be good.
Maybe like it would be funny if he was like dressed like a Minuteman,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
like one. Yeah, right. Like one of the old the
like
mascots.
like a Paul Revere or some shit. Yeah. If Tom like that would be the most Tom Brady thing ever, though. To be
I don't
like,
know. I feel like Tom Brady looks so embarrassing without a mask. Like, I mean, he could just go as himself.
I need a couple more Buccaneer offensive line injuries because I'm a terrible person. I need a couple more.
You need two more.
I need two more, and I just want the Saints.
Ralph wants them to be
Stop it.
calling.
Get some help.
I don't need help.
He wants
Thomas.
him to be calling Carl Nix.
I need two.
Yeah,
I need
for help.
two more bucks.
Yeah, Carl Nix with
Listen,
MRSA is.
I
like
just
the
need a
best
couple
option.
more bucks offensive line injuries, and I want the Saints to end Tom Brady.
No, Ralph's
When we're
pants
out-
just
when-
got
when-
tighter.
Ralph,
They
you
did.
realize if they get 2 more injuries, it's like Bryce Harris playing left tackle.
You talk about my pants getting tighter. Woo! I mean,
Next question.
Okay, next question. Next question comes from Saints Rabbit. And this is a good one. He asks, how much would it cost to get Lutz and Gilligan to sing Take It to the Top for the podcast? And why have we not done this yet?
wow.
I don't know. That is an amazing question.
You need to
It's
do a
not really-
GoFundMe.
We need to go. Look, I would
It's more of a
say,
suggestion than a question, and it's actually more of a brilliant idea than a question.
That would be the crown jewel of this podcast, honestly.
better than the
Lutz
pig.
already
pull that
has.
off.
Doesn't Lutz already have like a mohawk
Yes,
kind
he
of like
does.
long?
They both
Yeah.
do. They fucking
Listen,
both do.
Listen,
Holy
I'm gonna
shit.
I'm gonna
shit,
tweet.
we
I'm
have
gonna
to make
tweet
it.
at.
Yes,
I'm gonna
we have to
tweet.
fucking
I'm gonna
make it happen.
tweet at Lutz.
Thomas.
And
Thomas.
Gilligan.
Thomas,
And
this is what I
Gilligan.
need you to do. Thomas, I need you to Photoshop their faces on the album cover.
This
I'm
is
serious.
the clip of the week.
I'm serious.
Make a video
Yeah.
of this. Will
Yeah.
Lutz, Blake
Yes.
Gilligan, we're talking to
Yes.
you, both of you right now, okay? Morton Anderson
He doesn't
and
care
Ryan
about he doesn't
Hansen
care about the rights
in
to
the
music.
90s.
They've been letting
they
us
did
use
a
it this whole
song.
time.
It was a thing. Now we need you to recreate it. We
that's
need
right.
you to sing that song, and it needs to be on this podcast.
Mhm,
and if
mhm.
you do that, it will break the space-time continuum.
Continuum.
Do it before
The
September
internet
16th,
will
and we'll bring you on
explode.
a live podcast.
Saints Twitter will erupt in flames.
Yes.
Yes,
It will be
and
beautiful.
we'll go fund it and we'll give the money to Team Gleason.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do it for
Like-
fucking charity. Do
Yeah.
you hate people with ALS?
That's right.
Gilligan and Lutz. I think you hate people with ALS because you don't want to
Gilligan.
do this. You don't want to do this. You don't want to wear white shirts and really short white shorts, and maybe hold like one of those old wooden tennis rackets, and sing the song.
That's right.
Like you hate people. You hate
what
Steve
you got
Gleason.
against old
Why
wooden
do you hate
tennis
Steve
rackets,
Gleason?
Dave?
Why do you, no, nothing. I have nothing against.
Hmm.
No, seriously, this needs to happen.
This has to happen. This is
Saints-
even
Saints
bigger than
Happy Hour
Smoke
Twitter.
Monday.
Saints Happy Hour Twitter, unite. You've been tasked.
Yes,
start
like
tweeting.
patrons,
Yeah, start tweeting.
our Twitter friends, like seriously, help us breathe this into reality. This would
Thomas
be
and Thomas, I
incredible.
want you to Photoshop their faces onto the
Make-
cover of that album.
Make the video, and then when the video's ready, Thomas will tweet it.
Tag him now. Tag him now. We'll make the video, but like let's start the momentum now.
Mhm.
Budrich, I know you've
I
been
like
drinking.
this. I like this.
Tag
idea.
him now.
Make it happen.
Let's go.
Make it happen. Yeah.
Next question.
Okay, final question of the show belongs to Don Checo, the longest question of the show. He asks, what would you rather, Tom Brady abruptly retiring again next week and
Yes.
destroying the
Yes.
Bucs season,
Yes.
Yes.
or he plays week 2 and we get another Dennis Allen masterpiece with CD taunting Tom Brady while he's on his
Nah.
back as Cam is
Does he
doing
re-
his sack dance.
Question, Thomas. I know that you're not Don Checo, but you're. I'm putting you on the spot. You have to answer this. Does Tom Brady retire after the subsequent example?
Humiliation.
No, I think you cannot cheat, Andrew. That would be too easy, man. Come on.
No, he's not cheating. He's asking for clarification. My answer on this is: look, the second option, which is getting one good game and getting Cam doing a sack dance over Tom Brady lying on his back. Look, that's wonderful. That sounds great, but that's very short-sighted.
No, that's all. Dude,
no,
you know,
no.
I don't fear Tampa.
That's
Tom
not
Brady can
long-term thinking.
play. The
They
Saints
already
own
destroyed,
him.
man. They are already destroyed, guys.
They
Come on.
destroyed. Dude,
I don't know.
a fifth straight win against Tom Brady. Put the Bucs like they fall to 0-2. Saints go to 2-0. I love the fact that Saints humiliate Brady. on a regular-
I'm with
playing the
Andrew.
opener?
I'm with
Give the
Andrew.
Bucks playing the opener.
If you tell me that that's Brady's last game, like if that's how Brady
even
goes
know.
out, or like if that's Brady's last play with Cam doing his sack dance over Tom Brady's corpse, pretty much, if that's his last play ever in the history of the NFL, then yes, I will take that. I will take that.
we got our ass
Right.
kicked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take
So that's exactly it, Dave. I think
right.
I want him out. Like
Yeah.
sooner the better. So like I don't have to play him
I
again
want
if
Kurt.
it guarantees
I
that
want
he's gone.
2000. Yeah, I want 2009 Kurt Warner, Brett Favre. I want fucking blood. I want bounties.
Now if you
I'm
were
gonna
to
use
ask
the B
me,
word, what are you gonna do,
Jesus.
Goodell? Huh? I'm using the B word.
now if you were to ask me which player would I pick on the Saints to end Tom Brady's career the way Bobby McRae did it to Kurt Warner.
Taysom Hill.
It's so funny you say that because I was gonna say like I wouldn't pick Demario Davis. I
No.
wouldn't pick
No. We don't
Cam
want him to live
Jordan.
with that guilt.
That's low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
You know who you got to pick someone like Shy Tuttle.
No, you're gonna pick Granderson.
That would be
but
hilarious.
you're gonna pick
Yes.
Granderson.
Yes,
but I'm
Granderson,
gonna
yes.
No, I'm picking Malcolm Roach.
The correct answer is CD Deuce.
By the way, if Malcolm Roach and or Granderson does it and takes out and puts the final blow on Tom Brady,
I win the UDFA.
we ought to,
By the
whoever,
way,
whoever that is, that they automatically win. And yes,
It's
I know,
over
Ralph. You want to talk
forever.
about? Let's talk about. I think Ralph wanted to transition into
Malcolm
my other
Roach
undra-
kicking ass and
No.
is pushing for a starting job. That's what I
Oh,
wanted
we
to
can-
transition
Yeah,
to.
well, okay, I didn't know that. Well, we can talk about that too. I would be happy to talk about
What
that.
did you want to talk about?
I thought you wanted to transition into my my original, the OG son, Lil Jordan, who
He's
is
tearing it up.
lighting it up in the NFC East.
AFC East, yeah.
He's going full Emmanuel
AFC,
Butler. Yeah, got it.
Yes. Oh, yes.
He's
that is
doing
right.
He's going
That
full
is
Marquez
right.
Callaway.
Marquez.
Patriot fans are
Jesus
super
Christ.
excited about.
Yeah.
They
Nice
call
job,
the
Ralph.
thing is though, Dave. I was watching the Patriot Panther game before the Saints game started Friday, and Lil Jordan was rocking. The thing they don't call him Lil Jordan. They call him LJ. That's annoying.
Who calls him that?
The Patriot announcers were calling him LJ.
Okay, first of all, nobody ran this by me. You can't just start calling. You can't just make up a different name for my son and not talk to me about this.
Oh, they did.
They
No. Little Jordan was the name God gave him, and that's what he should be called.
Sick people.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Mentally sick.
Nikolai
Sick
Nikolai is in the chat, and by the way, great brew maker. What Nikolai? Where are my beers? By the way,
We haven't gotten any in a while.
It's
Yes.
football season.
No,
Send me
yeah.
some beers.
Get on it.
But Nikolai wants to know, and by the way, I'm not expecting you to send me beers. I know that's hard work.
I am expecting you to send me beers.
But Nikolai wants to know if we end Tom Brady's career, what does that punishment look like for the Saints?
I mean,
I think the whole franchise gets contracted.
I mean, Dennis Allen never coaches again ever in any football league in the world, not just the NFL.
Mickey Loomis never has a job anywhere.
Mickey Loomis just disappears. Like he's like Jimmy Hoffa. They'll be like he's in the Poydras Street end zone. Like
The Saints will move to Poland, guys.
No Kevin tonight. Did we get a love update from Kevin?
we didn't. We didn't. All we got was a lame work update from Kevin today.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna text him right now.
But by the way, Kevin is going to be at the.
Did he buy tickets? Did he buy? Does he have?
He's got it. We got a ticket for Kevin from Port Orleans. Kevin's going to be there. So
plane
I think
ticket.
he's
You
talking
bought him
about
a
the
plane
game.
ticket.
No, the patrons supporting the show allow us to do fun, cool
No,
stuff.
I know. Did you buy him a plane ticket to New Orleans?
Yes,
Yeah.
Booked on a flight. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we got him a flight. Thank you, patrons.
Direct or does he have to transfer?
Money out of my pocket and Dave's and Kevin's. Oh, not Kevin.
He's
And Ralph.
flying to New Orleans via Bangkok. It's like a 19-hour flight. It's on.
He's sitting next to like a old lady with a chicken in
Yeah.
a cage.
It's on devalue jet. He gets a parachute. It's all we could afford.
And
We need
it'll
more
be
we need more
seven-
patrons.
7 less sausages for Thomas.
We need
that month.
we need more patrons.
Wait, seriously though, did you get him a direct flight?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, all right.
St. Louis. Come on, man. I wouldn't do that to my boy. Like, yeah, you gotta go to New Orleans.
You got to go through Oklahoma City.
Yeah, you gotta go.
Book him a train.
You gotta go to New Orleans via LaGuardia. Come on, man. I wouldn't do that.
I didn't know it's fucking St. Louis. I don't know.
What do you think? It's like a cow pasture in St. Louis? He's like
No,
flying on a
but
crop duster.
I don't know. It's like close to Chicago, so I feel
Cow
like
pasture. That's where Trevor
Chicago.
Penning played last year.
That's right. So, but guys, thanks for joining us. And by the way,
Wait, is there no clip of the week?
oh yeah, clip of the week. I always
week.
clip of the week. Thomas, what do we got for clip of the week?
You didn't even send out a rundown, and I still.
I
know.
didn't.
Yeah,
I
know.
didn't.
Nice job, Dave. Well done.
Thank you. You're welcome.
What's
Clearly, you
Good.
haven't been drinking rum tonight.
No, this is why. This is why.
yeah?
Okay, so clip of the week by PX Saber, the usual suspect, and it's called Killer Judge. With the news that James White's retiring, the Saints in effect ended his career. If you could pick one current or former player who the Saints could injure and end their career, who
my
would
God,
it be?
This question is a little dark.
This is
Yeah,
dark.
Yeah, this is
Wow.
chaos, man. This is I don't know.
Wow.
Look, this
I
question
can't-
is
Yeah, that's
disgusting.
easy. For
It's
Kevin, that's easy,
inappropriate.
guys.
I'm offended. This question is crosses a line. Answers Tom Brady. And Tom Brady. Final answer.
Well done. That was a perfect ending.
Hey, what about trivia? No trivia?
Yes. Yeah. we
Oh no, the trivia. Budrich gives us trivia, but trivia. Budrich does an amazing job giving us answers. But once we get these games and we do trivia,
did. Oh, yeah.
normally we have
Crap.
Kevin here and we go like 2 hours. We try to like trim out the segments.
Hello,
Uh,
darkness, my old
trivia is like
friend.
an off season.
We're storing trivia for the off season,
Yeah, that's right.
and I got
Cool.
one from Nikolai too. By the way, shout out to him.
But guys, I forgot, or maybe Thomas, maybe I remembered it. I don't think I did. But we have a ton of new listeners. We're going to do 50,000 downloads in August.
Really?
So we got a ton of new listeners. I should have done this at the beginning because most people don't listen.
Yeah, thank you guys
that.
for supporting the show.
So, but if you're not a
Are they-
patron,
Are they still
sign
listening at
up.
the end of the show?
Probably
sign up, and if you don't like it, I will give you a full refund. Like, try it for a
End of
month.
blowjob. End of blowy.
No, no,
Eh,
no.
They
And
sign-
hand job with the
Hey-
good hand.
handy with the good hand.
A handy. All right.
With the bad hand?
Or
No.
well, I mean, whatever
Well,
you're into.
if you go
you're into
monthly-
that- if you're into
monthly-
that,
Malta update. What's the Malta update, Ralph?
Malta
Malta,
it's embarrassing.
Malta's
It's
dead.
it's
You're dead
embarrassing.
to us, Malta. You're dead to us.
14th in Malta.
You're dead to us.
embarrassing.
Malta. That's it. The Mina Kimes. I think the Mina Kimes clicks are they've
Oh,
cooled
that's
off.
South Korea, Dave.
And
Oh,
by
sorry.
the way, I know we have people in France that listen because Andrew can
Because of
speak the
Andrew.
French.
Right.
Uh,
It's
Oui,
Andrew's
Ralph
family.
ne peut pas dire le nom de quelqu'un correctement.
That's for you. That's for you people in
We're
France.
160.
En effet.
We're the 165th most popular football podcast in France. That's embarrassing.
Allez.
It's embarrassing.
Allez les bleus.
Oh, look.
Les,
the Polish
allez
guys
les
speak
bleus,
French.
tu veux dire, Thomas. Il faut être un peu plus haut que ça.
We are the 785th most listened to sports podcast in America.
Really?
We'd like to be number 500.
Weren't we top 100 at one point?
We want to be
did.
number
Podcast?
one, man. Come on.
We want to be number one. I mean, so
If
keep
you were never
listening to-
top 100 in the entire country in
We
sports podcasts. No,
We were football. We got to 69 one week.
football.
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 What,
69, huh?
Was that Bounty Gate week or what? That was something
I
special.
don't know. It's our peak. That's our peak.
That was when Kevin's love updates were.
That's right. That was right. Everybody was tuning in for Kevin's.
I think it was. You know what, Dave? I think it was it was 2020 when the Saints traded up like 3 times on day 1 of the draft, and we did like 3 separate breaking news podcasts.
Yeah. That was when he was Bendy.
Yeah.
Bendy.
Like super
They
Bendy.
got Zach Bond. They got Troutman.
I was totally hammered.
Speaking of Zach Bond, he's getting cut. I think. I don't think he's making this team.
Yeah. Well, bendiness only gets you so far.
What? Andrew drops the breaking news right at the end. But guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting the show. RSVP for the live show if you haven't done it already. So for Kevin, who's MIA, for Dave, for Andrew, for Thomas, back from vacation, the best producer
From the mountains.
in the freaking world. He had amazing stuff tonight, on point as ever. Thomas didn't take a minute to get back. He's back from vacation. Boom, he's the best. So, guys, remember, if you're going to support a Saints podcast, you ought to support the one that wins awards. Until next week, the bar is closed.